Welcome to the SHE Pub Network, where we talk books, authors, and publishers. I am Shanitha Finesse, CEO and founder of SHE Publishing LLC. And as usual, we have a treat for you guys. So we have a lot that's going on. We have some book tours coming up. And one of the things that we're going to be doing this week is introducing you to the authors who will be on those book tours. Just to let you know, we will be a book tour that we will be going to later on down the line is Houston, Texas, and we have several of our author. No. Actually, this is the Indiana Black Expo that we will be going to. Actually, this month. Actually, this week we will be going to the Indiana Black Expo, and we have several authors who will be here representing the SHE family. We have Dr. Calinthia Miller, Mark Beausejour, Cynthia Green, Royce Dixon Sr., Pamela Coleman, and Tiffany Jackson. And actually, today we will be talking to the Tiffany Jackson herself, the author of Making My Spirit Smile. And again, before we dive into the interview with Miss Jackson, other things that's going on with the SHE family. We also have in September Allure Publishing's first anniversary sneaker ball, and that will be September 14th from 11 to 3. So if you are in the Raleigh-Durham area, we want you to come on out and be supportive of that. Also in September that same month, SHE Publishing LLC and the family were being nominated for the 2024 Get Lit Award. Lit stands for literature. But yes, we are changing seasons, changing lives. And then if you have not grabbed a copy of any of our B&B newsletter mags, this is our May edition, our June edition, and our July edition. And all of our authors will be featured on our B&B newsletter mags because we want to market and promote our authors. So we're going to get right into it, you guys. Tiffany Jackson, she is one of our founding authors. We started this publishing company in 2020. And I always tell the authors, there's no she without you. And I'm going to tell you, like, Tiffany Jackson we are honored to have her a part of our family. She is such a huge supporter. And without further ado, I am going to introduce the author of Making My Spirit Smile, Miss Tiffany Jackson.
Good morning. Happy Saturday.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. So how you doing? Now you are in the nature. And I love that.
Yes, I'm sitting in my backyard.
It's beautiful.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Um,
It's a
so
little
Tiffany,
windy though.
that's okay. It's new scenery. People gonna want to see this new scenery. They're gonna see that greenery and they gonna go crazy, right? Well, it's so serene to me, trees and wind and
Yeah.
water. So I love it. So Tiffany, you are one of our founding authors. Can you tell
Yes.
the viewers a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm originally from Lancaster, California. I've been in the state of Indiana probably 8 years now. I'm a mother of three. I just love life. I'm still in the healing process of dealing with my childhood trauma. Um, During COVID, prior to COVID, I knew I was going to write a book. I knew eventually I was going to tell my story, but I had so much shame and fearing how people was going to receive my book. And COVID hit, and I decided it's time for me to tell my story. It's time for me to actually get healed, and hopefully that my story can relate to so many people. There's so many men and women today have childhood issues, childhood traumas, and it has affected their adulthood. So I decided, you know what? It's time for me to tell my story. Hopefully that um, people can relate and find healing within.
Yeah, that. That's beautiful. Making my spirit smile, seeing the blessing in the storm.
Yes.
Such a beautiful book, and one of the things that's special about having you a part of the roster is number one, again, you're a founding author. You were one of the second authors that we published, but not to mention your original cover is actually of my backyard.
Yes.
And I don't know if you know that, but this your book cover is so meaningful to us. And then the back cover was a photo shoot
Yes.
that we actually did
Yes. In
together.
St. John.
Yep, in St. John with our team. And this is actually Tiffany walking away. And it's nature back there and it's nature and behind her as well.
Yes.
So y'all know she loved nature
I
for
love nature,
sure.
but yeah, I love nature because it's so therapeutic for me, and it's just relaxing, spiritual. Yeah.
All right. So you're going to be one of the authors for the book tours in
Yes.
Indianapolis. And so, if I may ask, the purpose of you doing book tours, why do you enjoy doing book tours? And if you do, can you tell the viewers why?
Yes, I do enjoy doing book tours. Um, One of my main goals is to, with every author, we want to market our book, we want to market our brand, and I want to meet different people and how I can grow as an author. Also, at the same time, I want my book to help people because I really
Mhm.
believe that every human being on the face of the earth have a purpose. And I know my purpose is, even though all the things that I went through, I really believe my purpose here is to spread love and to spread hope and show that you can survive anything. So I do enjoy the book tours, meeting different type of people all over the world, and just the opportunity. I'm not crying, guys. It's just windy back here. No, I don't want everybody to think I'm crying. It's just windy. My eyes are watery. It's just an opportunity for me to just to spread love and so many people are functioning with dysfunction, functioning, not feeling love, functioning with low self esteem, feeling that they're
Mhm.
not loved, feeling like they're not worthy. So I just want to let people know that after all I went through, and it's just by the grace of God that I'm not sitting in a mental institute. It's the grace of God that He saved my life. And I'm trying to wanted to commit suicide at the age of 11. So I enjoy the book tour. Um, it's like therapeutic for me, and I feel like I'm fulfilling the purpose that I was placed on earth to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you have been on a few book tours. So, what's been like one of them, a memorable experience on a book tour that you've had so far?
Um,
And you kind of already said it. Like you've kind of like
I enjoy them
said
all.
meeting people.
Right,
Okay.
meeting people. Yeah, yeah. So the latest book tour I went with my grandson, who's also an author. I went to New Orleans. So I was raised in the South, so it was good to be back home in the South. Um,
Mhm.
Southern hospitality, good eating. Met a lot of people all over. So I enjoy all the book tour that I have opportunity to go to.
Yeah, so I wonder if I could share the flyers for that. But yes, you went to New Orleans, now you're going to Indianapolis, then you're gonna be
I've been
going
to
to Houston.
Houston. Yes,
And you've actually been to Houston once
yes.
already. So yeah, so let me see. So um what are you most looking forward to for this upcoming book tour? Because and another thing, what tips can you give another author who wants to go on book tours?
Invest in yourself. You might say to yourself, I'm not gonna have the finances. I don't have the time. You have to invest in yourself. You have to step out in faith. There's so many opportunities. You don't know what doors might open up for you while you're 10. For me, personally, I want my story to be on a movie screen. So you don't know what
Mhm.
opportunity, you don't know who you're going to meet. It's best just to invest in yourself and go beyond your book. If you want to have a
Love
movie,
that.
you want to put it on retail, I believe with all my might that my story will be on a movie screen. I believe that. So you should just take the opportunity, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Go on the book tour. You don't know, like I said, the opportunity you might meet. You might meet someone that might sponsor you to go to a book tour. So just take that opportunity, go on the book tours, be open, be yourself, be authentic, and see what's
Love
out there for
that.
you.
Yeah, I love that. You hit on some really great points like investing in yourself. And this is what this is. And you are one of the authors who want to share your story. Like, that's the important part because there are people going through this, they're not saying anything, and it's like to have a book, it's just like a song, like when you done went through a breakup and then you
Right.
hear this song and it's like it resonates with you and it helps you to get through the next day
Yes.
or the next moment. And that's what I feel like this book
Yes.
will do.
And as for my culture, I don't know. It's just we have a tendency when we're dealing with childhood trauma, childhood issues, to suppress or get it swept under the rug. And it's a large majority of people, my people, is dealing with childhood issues and childhood trauma. They are, and especially men, especially the black men, and they don't want to address it. So people who did not cut them or did not harm them, they are the one. They are the one to get in the after fact instead of trying to find healing or seeking therapy. We just decide just to move on, and you're not going to be completely healed or completely whole until you deal with your childhood issue, childhood trauma. And one thing that will play in your mind is that shame and guilt, or it's your fault that why this happened to you. It's your fault, your fault. No one's not going to receive you. Nobody loves you. Nobody wants you. Abandonment issue, neglect. So we really need to deal with those issues because I come across so many people of all races, people that was in my
Mhm.
inbox and said, Tiffany, this happened to me. A man, so many men. This happened to me as I was a boy. This happened to me. Oh my God, I read the first chapter and I can't believe, or I appreciate you that you talk about it. And a lot of people, it's like taboo. It's taboo in the church, it's taboo everywhere. Nobody don't want to talk about childhood issues and childhood trauma. No one. And they can be, you can be successful and
Yeah.
successful people and have the finances and a beautiful home and a luxury car and a beautiful family, but it's dealing with childhood trauma, childhood issues. And it's time we got to find a place that we have to address those issues because we need to stop the generation curse, the generational trauma, or just, especially if you have children,
Yeah.
you don't want them to endure what you endure as a child, and it can affect your family if you don't get self healing.
Right. Yeah, all of those things, even like self-sabotage sometimes
Yes,
because you've been through all these things and you don't realize, that it's affecting you in a way,
yes,
that maybe relationships are being broken because you have not addressed the issue at hand. And I know we've talked about like writing the book being a form of therapy, for you as well. And I want to talk about when you are sharing the information that you shared in your book, which has encouraged others to come out and tell you these things and release these things that they've been holding on to. Like, has there been anything like interesting, any feedback? And you actually said someone has come out to you, but is it some specific feedback that someone has said or with you sharing so much, whether it's a positive or a negative that you want to share? Because authors who go through, any of us who go through these things, it's like, what do I share? What don't I share? And you shared a lot.
yes.
So whether you want to share the positive or the negative feedback, what feedback have you gotten from sharing? such a story, maybe from family?
So I have a lot of feedback. I have a lot of people come back to me because I always talk about forgiveness. You have to forgive
Mm-hmm.
yourself because so many you feel like I'm 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 the reason why this happened to me. There's something wrong with me. So first of all, you have to forgive yourself. So I have so many people say, Tiffany, I have forgave my mother. I have forgave this family member. I have forgave my father. So I have a lot of feedback of people just says they are have forgave, and it took me a lot of years to forgive this one particular person. And this person been dead for years, and I was holding on with hurt and unforgiveness. And it's not too late. So I have a lot of people telling me, well, they're deceased now. It's not too late to still forgive because forgiveness is for you. We think
Yes.
it's for you. And when you actually forgive people, it's like when I started to forgive people, when I say, and I'm telling you, now I'm getting emotional. When I say it felt like a ton of bricks left off of my shoulder, I felt like free. And I can't explain that. Because I was holding on to so just like anger and rage and unforgiveness because I wanted answers. And sometimes you're not gonna get an answer why they did this to
Mm-hmm.
you. You're not. And you have to let go. So I had a lot of people, inbox me and tell me, Tiffany, I have forgave. But I thank you for your book, and because I stand on that, I said you have to forgive. You have to because
Mm-hmm.
unforgiveness will cause elements in your body. It will. It'll cause cancer and all kind of elements in your body. So you have to forgive for yourself. And one thing about us as humans, because we human beings, we want to know why you did this to me. Why? We want to know why. But in this life, you're not gonna get that in life. You're not gonna get someone to say, "I'm sorry," and the reason why I did this. So you have to forgive for yourself, so you can heal, so you can move on, so you can help someone else. There's so many people in society. If you look on the outside, that's why I tell people stop looking at people on the outside. They look like they just got it going on and a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful family and a beautiful home and car, and they are tormented inside. They are
Yeah.
because they're holding
Yeah.
on to unforgiveness. So we got to be careful not to judge people on their outer appearance, and we got to look on the heart of man because I can look at someone and I can see, okay, they look beautiful outside, but I can see their heart or what they're dealing with. So I had a lot of people, like I said earlier, that came back to me and said, Tiffany, you have helped me with forgiving
Mm-hmm.
myself and forgiving the people that violated me. So that's just forgiveness is powerful.
Yeah.
It's so powerful. It's freedom. Forgiving is freedom.
Yeah. I totally agree. If it's a topic that we could talk about in your book that could be, helpful to others, because there's so many things in the book that you talk about. Y'all gonna have to grab the book though. So many things that you talk about. What's one topic that you want to pull today from your book and kind of touch on?
Um, I want to talk about abandonment. When you
Okay.
feel like abandonment, neglect. Um, how can you deal with, or how can you cope with something? How can you cope with loving somebody, but at the same time they are neglecting you, and you feel abandoned by
Wow.
them? And you hear people say, how can you love somebody and they neglect you, and how can you love somebody and you feel like they abandon you? You can. You actually you can. You actually can love somebody who abuse you. You can. And that might
That's
sound like
something.
strange, mental to someone. How can you love somebody who actually
Mm-mm.
mentally, verbally, physically, sexually abuse you? You can.
You
And I
can.
know
I
that sounds,
believe you can.
I know that sounds strange, and I know that
You
sounds probably
can.
like someone, but you can't. And that's what I was dealing with. I was loving people that I actually loved, and they was harming me in every way. And I want to talk about um, you're important, and you feel like abandonment and you feel neglect. And it's hard to deal with that, especially the people who supposed to love you and supposed to protect you and they violate you. It's hard to deal with trust. And you gonna deal with the neglect, you gonna feel abandoned, you feel like you could be example. Have you ever been in a room with a lot of people around and you feel alone and you feel by yourself? That's how I felt. That's how I felt. You know,
Wow.
being in a room with a lot of people, surrounded by a lot of people, but you feel abandoned and you feel neglected and you feel all alone. And that's one of the things that I feel that people can relate to. You in a room or in a house full of family members. Sometimes you could be in the bed with your spouse and feel all alone and feel
I'm
abandoned,
telling
feel
you.
neglected.
Oh, for
So
sure. Yeah,
yeah,
and I mean, and audience, if you guys have any questions, like for Tiffany, and if you want to make comments even about this particular issue, so that we can talk about it, because we will be launching this for 3 days of this week, up until leading up to the actual book tour, leading up to the success and the camaraderie amongst the She family. But that is so true. Like, you could be in a room and feel alone. You could be in a relationship and feel
right,
alone in that relationship. And if you're a human and you haven't felt that way, great. But I
right,
mean, there are times when I've felt that way, and I'm sure others have felt that way in the midst of different relationships. And when you say you can love somebody who's done you wrong, I believe it. It's the truth.
yes.
It is the
That people,
truth.
people who have done horrible things, and it's people that you
Uh,
least it's people that you least expect. And
yeah,
I think that's what does a lot of damage because the people that you least suspect hurt you and damage you. It's hard. It's hard to relate to get healing for that. So it's a process. Um, and that's when trust issues come in because the people who's supposed to be there to protect you and to love you, and when they hurt you, you like you said earlier, you self sabotage. I have self sabotaged so many relationships that God had placed people in my life, and I just self sabotage. Oh, they're gonna hurt me because you're looking at if family can hurt me, if family can hurt me, oh, sure, this person is. This person is
exactly.
gonna hurt me, and that comes with like I said, dealing with trust issues, and that's why it's so important that you have to get healing because everybody is not going to hurt you. You have to open up for people to love you, and I'm there now. I'm trying to open up to people to love me, to receive love, and sometimes it can be unfamiliar to you. Like if this is love, especially if you've never ever experienced that as a child. And when somebody genuinely come in your life and trying to love you, you're like, what? Is this real?
Yeah.
Do they have a hidden agenda? They want to love me. Why do they want to love me? What they want from me? So, and that's why forgiveness is very important.
All right. So, as far as healing is concerned, so writing your book, that was a form of healing, right?
Yes, yes.
And so, what are you doing today to continue that healing journey? And you're sharing your story.
I'm sharing my story. I'm doing the work for myself. I read. I write down a lot of journals. I read self help books, self help journals. I pray. Um, I continue to love on other people because me loving on other people is healing for me too. Uh,
Hmm. You
I
love
just
on us, definitely. I'll tell
right.
you that.
I love on people. I don't care who you are. I love on people. I'm very
Hmm.
compassionate, especially of hurting people. Anyone that's hurting, I'm very compassionate. A couple weeks ago, I went to Chicago, Tent City. I don't know if y'all familiar with Tent City. That is the homeless that lives in tent. I went and took food for them.
Nice.
Spread some love, spread some compassion to them. I I just tell myself that I'm loved, I'm worthy, and also I tell myself that I went through what I went through and survived to help somebody else. Because it might be somebody else on the verge of want to commit suicide, or it might be someone that might feel like they're not loved. I survived it for a purpose. I had to go through that. Did I understand why I went through? No, I don't. I'm not going to sit here and say I understood why I had to go through what I went through, but
Mm-hmm.
I understand that it was a purpose, and it's for a purpose for me to reach out to someone who feel that they're not worthy of love, and or on the verge of want to kill themselves, or on the verge of repeating the cycle. Because I was never ever abusive. Everything that I didn't endure as a child, I did the opposite of my children. I never ever heard the word "I love you." Never had a birthday celebration or a slumber party or a sleepover. As my kids was growing up, I celebrated everything, and I loved on them, and I still today. Mama, we know you. You love us. We know. I wanted them to know that I love them, and I wasn't overbearing, protective mother, because at that time I did not deal with my issue. I was overprotective. I would not allow them to go certain places. I would not allow them to sleep over their friend's house. They can go visit, but they could not sleep over because I had summer parties and everybody could come to my house. Because I didn't. I was so fearful that somebody was going to violate my girls, or and I didn't want that to happen to them. And
Mm-hmm.
and and it was addressed as they got adult. They did an intervention with their mama. They set me down and said, "Mom, you was an awesome mother. You were just a wonderful mom, but you were so overbearing.
Yes.
Mama, it's time for you to get healed." So they're the one that really actually like put that seed in me. Like, you know what? Yeah, it's time for me to get healed. So yeah,
Wow. I love that, but I can resonate with that because I have girls,
right,
and whether you went through it, you done heard about it.
right.
If you haven't went through it, and so like that's how it was. Like my kids would be like, "Man, why can't I spend a night?" It's like, no,
And I
no,
you know, and I
you know,
I just don't. I mean, I'm not gonna say that. I tell parents, you want to send your children off to people home, and I was FBI mom. I investigate everything. Oh, who's your friend? I need to meet the mom, the dad, the house. I was
yeah,
FBI mother, and that might have something to do with what I went through as a child. But yeah, so I mean, it got so
yeah.
bad, and y'all might think this is funny. It got so bad, so when my oldest daughter went to college, I used to call the dorm room and said, "My daughter back in her room."
Woo.
So that's how. Yeah, that's something else. So
Oh
our dorm
man,
mother say, Brittany, your mother called." Now you know that was to the extreme. I used to call all the way up to my girls up to college to make sure they was in their dorm room, make sure they were they supposed to be at. Because I was just so worried that somebody. So now at that time, my girls were like, "Mama, you just embarrass us." Now today we laugh about it, but that shows that the part of you have to get healed. That I called all the
yeah.
way up to college with my daughters to make sure they was not in harm's way.
But look, I'm gonna tell you, people doing that, okay, regardless, you know what I'm saying? That's a good mama. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? So yeah, we may be overbearing, but I guarantee you, if they have daughters in college, if they ain't calling the dorms, they sneaking up to them, or they doing something. Like I
yeah,
remember my mother followed me my first time driving. She followed me. She's just telling me as an adult that these are the things that she would do. And I'm
yeah,
like, when a mother loves you, like there is nothing like a mother's love. And when a mama love you, they gonna do what they gotta do to make sure you good, to check
yes,
on you. So, let us do what we do, y'all. Cause when y'all have y'all own kids, you gonna understand and you're gonna get it. All right. So I'd like to know, are you working on any new projects or current books?
Now I do want to work on. Now this book, Make My Spirits My first book is from birth to age 18. I am writing my second book from age 19 to 30, what I endured, of the effect
Wow.
of my childhood, because I went through some stuff because of my childhood, as for relationship wise. And right now, I'm just like you said, I'm just trying to market this book, going on book tours, trying to meet different people, opportunity. I just want my book to get into the right hand because, like I said, I want my book to be on the movie screen, and I believe that. I
Yes.
want to be on the radio. I want to be on television, just to spread what I went through, so people can get healed. And yeah,
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to be talking about that sometime soon because we have some stuff coming along that could lead to anybody on the roster books being a part of a movie. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so this will be the Making My Spirit Smile will be the
yeah,
book that you will be promoting um at the book festival. And so we
yes,
want you guys, if you are in the Indianapolis area at the IBE, we want you to come out and join us. We're going to be trying to do some things together, as a publishing family with the brothers and sisters and authorship who are on our roster, as well as the sister publishing companies. So I will say one of the books that I will be promoting is my new book called From Projects to Publisher. At the moment, I only have the hardback version, but this is the book. It's
yay,
and it's actually a tribute to it is truly a tribute to the authors who are on our roster from 2020 to 2023. So there will be a second one because we have opened up the doors to our 2024, our class of 2024 is what I will say. But this book right here it will almost be like a gallery for book clubs
yes,
so that they can see the books that are on our roster. And then they'll get a little, because they might, decide that they want to take some books from our roster to be a part of their book club. And then obviously we are definitely featuring Making My Spirit Smile in this book. And I do have a little tribute to you, but I'm not going to read that tribute right now. Um, but it talks about your book and just my little message to you because you have been again a founding member and we are honored to have you a part of the She family.
thank you. And I love you, and I love my sheep family, and we actually are a family, and you have fulfilled a void that I had within me, and
Oh,
just you have genuine love, and it just floats from you, and it floats from your mother, and it floats from your children, and you just being just a blessing to me, and you have been part of my healing journey. Yeah, so
yeah.
I just love you,
Oh,
and I love the sheep family, and I really truly feel genuine love and from the sheep family, and I appreciate you, I adore you, and just I know that God has wonderful things for you, for your family, and for the sheep
thank
family.
you. Exactly. For us, I was just about to say for us, because there is no she without you. There is no she without you. And something that's really huge, you guys. Tiffany Jackson sponsored a book for her grandson. So, and he's a part of the Little She Project and a grandmother's love, okay? Talking about a mother's love, a grandmother's love. The opportunity for her grandson to be there and to have a book is is her. So, these are the things that we're doing. Like in the midst of your journey, you are helping our future. Like Cameron is a part of the future who gonna be running this, the community and like they are our future.
They are, and he's my only grandchild, and y'all thought that I love my children. It's just a different love. It's a different type of love when it comes to your grandkids, and my grandson, he knows he got me just like this. He know I'm never gonna say the word no, and it's just a different type of love. We love our children, but when it comes to our grandchildren, it's a different type of love. And I just wanted, he said, Nana, I want to, he said, read my story, because he always writing something. And I said, Cameron, do you want to
Oh,
get it published? Sure, Nana. And I didn't hesitate, and I just want to leave a legacy for him. And I want him to
wow.
know that I always tell him this. I said, no matter where you go in this life, I want you to know that your Nana loves you.
Let me tell you. And one of the things that we have coming on is Be the Miracle. So there's an event in September where the She family is being honored, but we are collaborating with Be the Miracle. It's a nonprofit foundation, and what we're doing is people, the children who are in the Chicagoland, I'm gonna say Ileana land area. We want you guys to go ahead. If you can do put your phone up to the QR code, and if you know anybody who's in the Chicagoland area who's in high school, there's a writing contest, a little writing contest. You can find out the specifics when click on the QR code. But I would say apply for it because
Yes.
whoever is going to be ranked and everything, but we are giving away a publication package for a book for a high school student. So we have a couple of authors already a part of our the Little She Project, but we are always trying to continue with that legacy, like what Tiffany is doing and what she has done with Cameron.
Yes. Because
Yeah,
they are
so with
because they are our future.
yeah.
Yeah, they are.
So with that said, what final words do you have and how can people get your book?
So my final word is this: no matter what life brings you, always find a way to show love.
Wow.
Always and always, no matter what you do in life, find a reason to make your spirit smile.
Oh, nice. That was nice.
So um, you can find my book on Amazon.com, also at SHE Publishing LLC.com, Walmart.com, or also you can reach me directly via email. My middle name, Zabrina, Zabrina 333 at gmail.com.
All right. So with that said, thank you for joining us, Tiffany. We will see you at IBE